Hi and welcome, this is Venu, and today we're playing Warsim, the realm of Aslona. So this is an interesting game because the graphic is, as you can see, is in ASCII art. So very unusual game, and it's still in beta 1.0. So let's try. I'm very curious. So let's try. Let's go for one. So the point of this game, it allows a lot of flexibility, which I watched in the movie. So here you decide what your world will look like. The choice completely shapes the game, so choose wisely. Okay, random races, pull from a list of races to make a unique world. Select races, choose the races who will occupy your world. Completely custom game, customize every part of your game world. Preset race packs, choose a preset pool of races to pull from. Okay, let's try number 4. I'm not in a mood to make it really long gameplay, so let's go with option 4. Humans only. Now this is boring. Creature races, procedurally generated beast races. No. Everything but wizard races. No wizard races. Okay, undead races only. For a gnomish world. That sounds very gnomish. Okay, orcs, goblins, and green things. Just green things. Okay, those who cry war. Those maybe who like orcs will maybe take out this choice. So Tolkien-like races: orcs, elves, dwarves, goblins, and so on. Do they include humans? Warsim originals, races that were invented for Warsim. Okay, this sounds interesting. Wizard races, only wizards like races. Insignificant mortal, only typically strong races. Typically civil, races that are usually civilized. Typically savage. No creature race, everything but creature races. Elder Scrolls, please don't sue me. We said, okay, that's very funny. Halloween, spooky races, everything. All of the races in Warsim. Greek mythology, races like Cyclops and Minotaurs. Actually, too many choices, too many. Let's go with Warsim Originals. Let's see what it's there, because I actually don't know, so why not? Okay, do you want the races from this race pack to be left completely up to the feet, or would you like the chance to select another random lot until you find that you're happy with? Leave it up to the fate. Yeah. Choose how long you wish your game to run for. Anything other than no time limit lets you see what became of your kingdom after your death. No matter what you choose, you always have option to continue playing beyond the time limit if you wish. So actually we're running a kingdom, and first we need to generate the world. And of course we will rule it as a king. So yeah, so this is the point of what we're doing. And how much is the time limit? Let's make it number 3, average 100 years. Yeah. Choose the music you would like to play during the game. Wow, that is interesting. This will play most of the game, but you can change it anytime in game by heading to the settings menu and then change the current theme music option. Classic theme, 8-bit theme, menu theme, calm theme, and no music theme. Let's go for classical theme. Okay, or maybe accept currently selected music. Okay, let's go for 0. Here you choose if you will be the known as king, queen, or something else. Okay, let's go for king. Name your character. Do you want to make your own name or have one randomly generated? Okay, let's make our own name. So it's going to be New. So that's my channel name, my nickname. Okay, what else? Do you want to make your own kingdom name or have the one randomly generated? Make your own. Yeah, I choose the default aslona. Okay, let's go for default aslona. Yeah, this is fine with me. Okay, choose your difficulty. Let's go with normal. What's the difference between difficulties? Let's see what's the difficulty. It's going to be hard, lots of lands. Okay, the difficulty chosen in Warsim affects the game in many ways. Chiefly, the difficulty affects the resources you are given at the start of the game. For example, casual mode grants you 5,000 peasants at the game start, but solid mode gives you 100. Well, that's a big difference. Easier difficulties also set your kingdom's laws to easier defaults and set your starting roads, trade posts, and strong room to be upgraded to a much better level from the get-go. The difficulty also increases or decreases the recruiting strengths of all the other factions in the game. The mixed kingdoms you discover once defeating the first few much bigger. If you are unsure, try one of the easier difficulties to begin with, as you can always start a new game and there are infinite games save slots. Okay, we'll go with the normal. And normal mode. You are ruler of the kingdom of Aslona, once a great and mighty empire fighting against a little rebellion of Daughter, Kinslayer, and the hordes of bandits loyal to Fëanor, overlord of the bandit horde. The world is vast and complex. There is much to see and do, and little time to waste. From the fabled ancient lands to the blood-soaked arena, these lands call to be united under the flag of Aslona. Okay, generating bandit groups. Click the top corner of the screen and select properties to alter text size. I think we're fine with this kind of text size. Yeah, take some time for generation, but I'm already very curious about this game. For me, it reminds me of Dwarf Fortress. If you play this game, in order just to barely start the game, you need to watch or to read at least a few hours tutorials. So the learning curve is actually very challenging. But this one doesn't seem to be very hard. I mean, it shouldn't be very hard from what I read in the game description. So the world is full of mystery and wonder. There are many peoples in this world. There are man, two-headed, must, dune orphans, pillaging bloodlings, berserker, corpse lords, and second like minotaurs, chaos exo, cockroaches, goblins, and demons. Wow. The annals of history remember your rise to the throne. How did it happen? My father, the previous ruler, was assassinated. Oh, very classical. My father, the previous ruler, died of old age. Boring. My father, the previous ruler, turned mad and was jailed. Interesting. I want the throne in the bed with the previous ruler. Oh, this is also interesting. I'm a bandit warlord and took the throne with my bandit army. Okay, that looks very classical also. I stole the throne with demonic trickery and served the overlord. Very dark. I pulled the fabled sword from the stone. Very classical. My father's a village elder and inherited the throne by accident. Unexpected. My enslaved forces were able to overthrow the previous ruler. Boring. I won the throne in a tournament to find a new ruler by strengths. Interesting. I led a slave revolt and overthrew the slavers who ruled. It's a long story. Okay, let's make it, leave it up to the fate. Okay, let's see what number 13 gives us. Default. Those who ruled before were gatekeepers, stewards for the one chosen to rule, the person who could pull the fabled sword of Aslona. Okay, we're going for the classical option. You were born a commoner on the outskirts, but a dream told you to seek the stone and try. You approached the guards who were protecting it, and they laughed and let you try. They weren't laughing when you pulled it out. Okay, this is very interesting. Looks very classical. Okay, +5 public opinion due to your origin. Okay. You are invited to the royal crowning ceremony where you can learn of your newly inherited realm. Of course, you are the ruler of this kingdom and can also ignore the ceremony completely. Of course, we will go, why not? Okay, so we're left with how I pulled the sword. Before the gatekeepers, stewards for the one chosen to rule, the person who could pull the fabled sword of Aslona from the stone. You were born a commoner on the outskirts, but a dream told you to seek the stone and try. You approached the guards and were protecting it, and they laughed, let you try. They weren't laughing when you pulled it out. Okay, +5 public opinion due to your origin. Okay, let's go to the ceremony. You are invited to the royal crowning ceremony where you can learn of your newly inhabited realm. Of course, you are the ruler of this kingdom and can also ignore the ceremony completely. Now let's actually go there. Okay, very nice sound. You entered your throne room for the first time. As you do, the small crowd gathered inside bows to you and a small band of musicians play a fanfare. You take a moment to observe the room as the High General of Aslona approaches. General Warsim Pikener. Greetings to you, my lord. I shall now crown you as the new king of Aslona. You gained the title by destiny as you pulled that sword right out the stone. Okay. You are now the king of Aslona. Long may you reign. Now, as your questionably minded ancestors one did, bring forth the drinking goblin. What is this? A goblin is brought forth and set down at the table with 5 pins of ale lined up. If he can handle all 5, it's a good omen, and a bad omen if not. Okay, well, let's hope that he can do it. The goblin guzzles down the first ale, +1 drunk level for the goblin. The goblin downs the second ale. The goblin passes out. This is a bad omen. Okay, unfortunately, the goblin didn't make it. And that brings your ceremony's ceremony to an end. Ceremony to an end. Well, that was funny. Now you will most certainly wish to know the state of the realm. As long as 5 territorial holdings make us a threat to others. The kingdom's personal army consists of 500 peasant workers, well, it's bigger than 100, 200 soldiers, and 5 loyal knights who serve your cause. Okay. Now that's all for military matters. For the realm's finances, the kingdom has a total of 2,000 gold in its coffers, which is insignificant. There is also 2,029 additional gold in the bank. My new king, now that you are crowned, you may speak to Old Crow if you wish for any tutoring on matters of the realm. If you are unsure of what to do, I would highly recommend it, though if you would like to discuss it later, you may do so by returning to the throne room. Yeah, let's speak to this Old Crow, right? Welcome, my lord. Prepare yourself for some good old tutoring. Now, firstly, I must ask you to prefer me to explain these things. I could give you a full explanation with every detail, a fair explanation with less of the less relevant details, or if you so wish, a version so simple a mere child could comprehend it. Okay, let's go for the middle option. Let's go for option 2, standard. Actually, I wish to go tutoring. Let's go for number 2. Okay, kingdom menu. So this is our gold, man, lands, public opinion, and years remaining. Why only 14 years remains? You can recruit, sell, and disband troops, hire mercenary companies, manage staff and champions, arrange diplomacy, change laws of the land. When you first begin your rule, you will be presented with a menu with 12 options on it. These cover all the different avenues of your rule, from having troops and staff to setting laws and exploring. Wow, that's a lot of flexibility, and this is what we actually expect from the game that is played in text. Let's see more. The top bar of the screen shows your current goal, troops, lands, and the opinions of your subject, as well as a timer, how many years left if you're playing a time game. And we're playing a time game for 100 years. To the recruit, sell, and disband troops menu allows you to do just that. You can build your army here and make tweaks to wages and troops. Okay, I'd like to know more about this section. Can you change how you're explaining these things? I don't want any more tutoring. Move to the next section there. Let's go to the next section. Mercenaries are hireable war bands that can be paid for single battles or paid to stay at your side for much longer. They fight independently from your own armies and can be very helpful. I guess. Okay, let's go for the next section. Staff do tasks and help you rule your realm efficiently, and champions are the heroes that fight in your name and rule your forts. You can hire them from the screen. Okay. Diplomacy is the ability to learn about and make deals with other groups in the realm, of course, obviously. The law screen allows you to change various policies and taxes in your realm with various effects. Okay. Kingdom upgrades help improve your kingdom. These range from improvements to farming to a monster pit. You can store monsters in to fight and train. Very nice option. I don't remember any games that. Oh, I think there are some games that allows training monsters, training your champions or knights with monsters. Your throne room is your seat of power. Here you will have visitors all over come to bother you. You can also host staff meetings. It's wise to either deal with all visitors or hire a steward to do it for you. Maybe a steward will do it. Will make it better choice. Okay, the arena. The arena can be found in many conditions, from local fight pit to colossal arena. You can bet on fights, watch tournaments, or even buy the place. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Let's go for the next one, the bank. Store your excess gold in the royal bank to keep it safe, or take out big loans for your fancy development projects. Okay, this is useful. The other building screen allows you to access the prison, and if you have to upgrade several other important locations too. Okay. The Kingdom Report screen lets you read up on recent changes to your realm and the wider world with many reports for different areas. Okay, this will be useful. Explore the realm. Exploring the realm is a vital part of the game and allows you to discover new locations. There are 4 directions of the realm, each with their own sub-regions. You can attempt to explore and find new locations each year. Okay, and ending the current year brings you to the combat phase. Here you can launch an attack. Any troops sent away won't be able to defend from any attacks you might face. After this a report is shown and the new year begins. And I guess that's it. That's all the tutorial. So, visit this room. Okay, we have 23 visitors waiting. Let's visit this room. Welcome to your throne room. Here you can deal with visitors from across your realm and beyond. As the time goes on, you may find the number of visitors swell into a huge line. As a ruler, you may choose to deal with every last visitor, but if the task becomes monotonous, you should look for hiring a steward. Stewards will deal with any visitor left unseen by you at the end of the time. Be careful who you to hire to be your steward though. Stewards can have one of a number of different traits that affects how they manage and deal with throne room visitors. The traits are xenophobe, they will be unfavorable to any non-humans. Dungeoneer, they will imprison most throne room visitors. Kind-hearted, they will always act with kindness. Military, they will always recruit any hireable visitors. Goblin friend, they will always be nice to goblin visitors. Money grabber, they will never spend any money. Okay. Send in the next visitor. Okay. You are told that there is a little line of 23 people waiting to see you. Upgrade your throne room. Upgrade. Manage the number of visitors. Set the rules for who you want visiting your throne room. Call a meeting to the Council of Aslona. Revisit the tutorial and learn more about managing the realm. Retire from ruling the realm. Maybe we'll exit and maybe let's hire the steward. Okay, you currently have manage 3 fagger cards here. Okay, let's speak with Monsieur Clan about the aborted. I'm highly respecting a man like him for my decision-making ability, and I'm actually like goblins. I wish to serve you. You will pay me 133 gold per year. Okay. Hire down, exit. Let's see number 2. I have turned around Arabian kingdoms with my wise decision, and I will not be kind to non-humans. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. I require a pay of 135 gold per year. Okay, so this one will not be kind to non-humans. Maybe no. I am unparalleled in stewardship, and I will never spend any of your gold. I promised my mother I would serve you. I require a of 200 gold per year. I don't know. Let's do this one. Maybe. Yeah. So at least he won't spend the gold. Change the laws and try and explore realm. Let's see some visitors. Maybe let's try 1 or 2. Send in the next visitor. You are visited by a skeleton man who says he ran a gambling scam in a nearby village and has brought some of the minions to you. Accept? Refuse? To the dungeon with him. Yeah, number 3 should be fine. Please, no, I beg of you. Okay. Let's try one more. You are visited by a young boy who enters your throne room, smiles at you, and says, gold coin, gold coin, gold coin. Okay, let's give him coin. Thank you, big leader person, and this. Okay. You're visited by an insane traveler who says he has to join your army because he lost a bet. Allow him to join. Of course, allow him to join. Let's explore the realm. The northern lands, the eastern westlands, the southern lands, the western. Okay, let's do number 1. The new north is a cold place, though mild compared to the rest of the north. The place is filled with forts and places of violence such as Brother's Pit and Sickblood Tavern. Okay, exit. 3 chances to explore. You have yet to explore this. Press 1 to explore. Okay. Okay, so this fort slavers. Let's see. There are many men and slaves here. The fort is guarded by an army of slavers and slave soldiers, and all around you see rich merchants and petty lords bargaining for slaves. 5 slaves 3 gold each, 5 slave soldiers 5 gold each. Attack them. 160 men are garrison here. Maybe use a punishment wall. The punishment is where the disobedient slaves are taken and chained here. They are left to rot until nothing but bones remain as a warning to the other slaves. Enter the slave's fort, wait for. Talk to slave, speak, watch slave run, learn about the history of the slave fort, ask about the garrison here. We have 100 slaves. We have slave soldiers, slave 200 slave lords. Yeah, this place also should be destroyed. Okay, let's try the eastern grassland. You wander aimlessly. Wander aimlessly. Okay. I think I used all my chances. So let's end the current here and see what happens. You, steward, goes to you and says, I have dealt with the 20 visitors and petitions for you. Here is my report. I spent a total of 110 gold. I earned a total of 75 gold. I had 2 people imprisoned. I hired 2 peasants, soldier, goblin. Public opinion has grown by 6 points. I don't care. Don't bring me these reports anymore. Interesting. My king, do you wish to launch an attack? You can attack the bandit horde. You can attack the great goblin kingdom of Groot. We want to bandit horde. I don't know. Let's try the bandit horde. Time to put the bandits come to justice. How shall we attack? Skill. Quick battle with the least chance of casualties. Wait and lance. Plunder your goods. But with some risk. Invade. Capture bandit lands. But with higher chance of fatality. I need some information of the bandits before I decide the course of action. Okay, let's see some information. They have a fair bit of territory behind them. 5 lands that we would need to capture before their capital. They have a little bit of gold in their vaults, so a raid may be worth considering. Okay, let's do a raid. Let's do the raid. My lord, we need to discuss troop assignments. How many shall we send? Send all my troops. Send everyone but my presence. Send half of my troops. Send half of my troops but no presence. Send everyone but my peasants. Let's try this one. My lord, do you wish to watch the battle take place or just hear about it afterwards in the battle reports? Yes, I want to watch the battle. No, just show me the reports when the battle is done. I always want to watch the battle. Don't ask me again. I don't ever want to watch these battles. Only the reports. We don't want to watch the battle. We just want to see reports. Consider it done. Though if you wish to have this chance again, just pick them in the staff champions area. You always keep watching battles. Initiated yourself from now. The raid was a failure, and the raiders have not returned from battle. -4 relations with bandits. You brought a battle report showing troop losses and survivors. You couldn't read the battle report. The bandits lost a total of 69 troops in the battle. You lost a total of 257 troops in the battle. Okay. Detailed recap of my losses. Okay. Too bad. I lost everything. So I had to create a fancy battle report with percentages. Are attacking us. Do you want to see the battle horde? You can read the battle result in return reports. Yes, I want to watch the battle. No. I want to see report. Found victory against your forces today. With the battle where you brought the battle report, you could read the battle report. The archaic pigeon purple clocks lost a total of 21 troops in the battle. You have a total of 100 troops in the battle. Survived the battle. Not 100 peasants are killed. Okay, everyone are killed. Okay. Militia has stepped down from the position out of boredom. The militia leader is sworn in and goes to you to protect them and serve you as the best he can. Okay, you receive a report of the going in the last year. You can read through it. Okay, read through a simple report. Okay, let's read. Okay, income received 2,906 gold from food. Harvest tax attributes your peasants. Earn you 257 gold. In this year's harvest, you earn 5 gold and interest from 2,000. You were pillaged for 2,084 gold by 2 groups. You enlist 20 soldiers from 5 lands. A lone goblin joins you from the goblin's hut. Diplomatic trainings have increased. Kulak's guardians attempt to raid you but give up as they can't find a way in. Your defense palisade managed to prevent 3 raids from happening. Okay, battle reports. Total finance. Your treasury has increased by 793 gold and your bank has increased by 5 gold in interest.